Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about all of these new releases coming in 2019. So if that is something you're interested in watching, then you're in the right place. We're about to get into it.
I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
Alright guys, so 2019 looks like it is shaping up to be quite the year in beauty. We have a lot of brands already announcing brand new products. There seems to be quite a bit out there, so I thought we would take some time today and actually run down the ones that have already announced, the ones that we've gotten some sneak peeks at, and just take a look at some up and coming beauty items. Let me know down in the comments below which of these items you guys plan on picking up, or which of these items you guys would like to see featured on this channel. So let's get started. So first, let's start with one of the most talked about launches of 2019, and that is the expansion of the Fenty by Rihanna makeup line. So they're coming out with a couple of products. So let's break this down one product at a time. The first product is the brand new Pro Filter Concealer. Now, these brand new products from Fenty promise to be launched on January the 11th online at Sephora and at Fenty Beauty, etc. Now, the concealer is coming out with 50 shades available. Now, they're promising that this concealer not only is going to have 50 shades, but they've also made it very easy to match your concealer to your corresponding foundation so that you have a good starting point. So, for example, if your foundation shade is 260, you can find the concealer shade 260, and that's going to be an exact match to your foundation. So if you want to go a little lighter for brightening, then you know to go up. If you want to go a little darker for contour, then you know to go down. So it gives you a good starting range, which makes it very online purchase friendly. Now, they promise that this is going to be a very creamy, extremely long wear, medium to full coverage concealer. They also say that the lighter colors are going to be excellent for brightening. So not only do they promise that this is a sweat resistant formula, but they also say that this is a soft matte finish, free of parabens, free of phthalates, that it's also going to be a cruelty-free formula as well. So that's the concealer that is due to launch. Now, on top of the concealer, they also have a brand new powder that's getting ready to launch as well. Now, the powder is quite interesting. They're claiming that this is an ultra fine, very silky powder. It is a talc-based powder, which is kind of a disappointment, but as long as it's incredibly finely milled, they might really be able to be pulling off a good powder formula here. They're promising that this is going to help blur fine lines, fill in pores, give you a smooth finish, and they're also promising that there's going to be no flashback with this particular powder. Now, this powder also comes in 8 shades, but the way that these shades work is a little different. 4 of the 8 shades are meant to be a finishing powder for the skin, so it should have a little bit of pigment in it that's just going to add a little bit of extra coverage to the face and be more like a finishing powder. And then there are 4 shades that are supposed to be brightening powders. So powders that you would maybe want to use to bake with or set the under eye with. The 4 brightening shades are lavender, banana, honey, and nutmeg. Those 4 shades they recommend that you use for brightening. The other 4 shades would be shades that you would purchase if you just wanted to finish the face, but not necessarily for a brightening effect. So those look like they have more of just a kind of a flesh skin tone to them. So it's interesting that they thought about that. I also like the fact that they have 4 brightening shades, and all the way from a lavender, which would be great for the fairest of the fair, all the way to kind of a deeper brightening shade, which would be beautiful on really deep dark skin tones. So I love that aspect of this powder. But what it makes me want to do is purchase two powders, one for setting my face and one for brightening. And that I don't know. I kind of wish I didn't have to buy 2 powders, but it is what it is. I do like that they're separate, so I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think of the Fenty launches coming up? In addition to all of this, they're also adding 10 additional shades to the Pro Filter foundation line. As if there weren't enough already, they're adding more, which is always fantastic. So they're adding 10 more shades into the foundation itself to make it even more inclusive. Speaking of brands that are launching with a lot of complexion products, Morphe has recently announced a launch of their first ever foundation. In addition to that, they're launching concealers and powders. So again, this is another brand that's coming out with complexion. Now with the Morphe foundation, they're launching with 60 shades. That's right, 60 shades. Now the initial reaction is that some of the undertones are a little weird with this particular launch. I'm not sure why, but that seems to be the initial feedback. In addition to the foundation, they're also launching 31 different shades of concealers as well. And then of course they're launching powder, and I believe the powder shades are 15 different shades of powder. Now the foundation is supposed to be a soft matte 24-hour long wear, sweat proof, life proof, humidity resistant, all that good stuff type of foundation. Now this foundation also claims to be buildable, but it also claims to be incredibly full coverage. It's also supposed to be a pretty strong matte. Even though they describe it as a soft matte, it looks like the initial feedback is that if you have dry skin, this may not be the foundation for you. They are saying that this foundation is free of oils, parabens, fragrance, and that it's also going to be good for all skin types. So we shall see. The foundation is supposed to be retailing for $18 a piece, so they have kept the price point pretty low. Next, let's talk about the concealer. Now this is coming in at a whopping 31 shades. Now this concealer is going to retail for $9. They're claiming that this concealer is going to be a 16-hour wear concealer. Everybody's calling it the cheap version of Shape Tape, in that it's supposed to be a soft matte formula and it's incredibly highly pigmented and very full coverage according to Morphe. So we'll see about that, but those are coming out as well. In addition to the concealers, we also have powders. Now these aren't loose powders, these are pressed powders, and the pressed powder is considered a finishing powder. It does include 15 shades, and the powders will be retailing for $12 a piece. And when does all this hit? January the 17th, online at Morphe. Feel free to go over to Trendmood's page on Instagram. She does have swatches of all 60 shades available online, just in case you need a little help shade matching. Speaking of concealer, Makeup Forever has the Ultra HD foundation, which we all fell in love with. Now Makeup Forever is saying that the Ultra HD Iconic foundation finish is now available in a concealer. This is supposed to be not any concealer, but a self-setting concealer. Now they are saying that this smoothing, hydrating, creamy formula is going to actually capture and diffuse light and set immediately underneath the eyes without the additional need for powder. They say it is a crease-free formula as well, but they do describe this as a natural finish concealer. So this is probably going to be a medium finish type of concealer. However, they do claim it is buildable, so there's a possibility that you might be able to get it up to full coverage, but the philosophy behind this is that it's a natural second skin type of concealer. Now again, the big claim to fame with this is that it is a crease-free formula that is self-setting, so those of us that don't bake underneath our eyes because our under eyes are incredibly dry, this might be a really good fit for us. They are saying that this is going to give you a good 12 hours of wear, so it should be a crease-free, long-lasting, medium natural finish formula that should give you about 12 hours of wear time. You're going to be able to pick this one up anywhere that Makeup Forever is sold. It is currently being sold online at Sephora, and it retails for $28. If I'm not mistaken, this particular one has about 21 shades to choose from. Makeup Forever tends to do pretty good with their tones and undertones, so everybody should be able to find a match for them. Speaking of concealers, e.l.f. Cosmetics has come out with their first 16-hour full coverage long-wearing concealer called the 16-hour Camo Concealer. The e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Wear is already out in stores. You can find it anywhere e.l.f. is sold or online at Ulta Beauty. They are claiming that the Camo Concealer is genuinely a 16-hour wear formula that's incredibly full coverage. They are saying that this is a creamy formula as well. They are coming out with 18 different shades in this particular formula, and best of all, it only retails for $5. So that's the brand new concealer for e.l.f. I wonder if it's worth it. Now, speaking of concealers, Milani Cosmetics has also come out with a new concealer due to be released on January the 8th. This is the Conceal and Perfect Concealer. This concealer is supposed to be the sister product to the Conceal and Perfect Foundation. Now, they do claim that the Conceal and Perfect Concealer is going to be a long-lasting concealer that is a medium to full coverage. They're claiming that this is going to be incredibly easy to blend, and it's also going to come in a wide variety of undertones. So far, the line is coming out with 18 shades, and it's going to retail for $8.99. You'll start seeing this in stores in January. It should be available at Milani Cosmetics online again on January the 8th. The new Conceal and Perfect Concealer is going to retail for $8.99, and again, that's January the 8th. Next up, let's talk about foundations, and everybody's favorite stick foundation is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. The whole world fell in love with this foundation, and you have to admit it is beautiful. Well, now Hourglass has announced that Vanish is going to come in a liquid foundation form. So now we're going to be able to buy the Vanish foundation in a liquid form. This will be released on January the 25th. They are saying that this is formulated with light refracting microspheres that blur and diffuse light to give you a very airbrushed and soft focus look, probably a lot like the Vanish Stick Foundation does. In addition to that, they are promising that this foundation is fade proof for 24 hours. They are claiming waterproof, transfer proof, sweat proof, vegan, cruelty-free, and they're launching it with 32 shades when it comes to market. They are saying that this is a weightless, full coverage formula that is supposed to give you a natural finish. So I'm not sure how full coverage and natural finish mix together in the same sentence, but I guess the thought is that it's a full coverage foundation that isn't supposed to look like a cake face. It's supposed to have more of a natural finish, second skin type of look to it. So again, the Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation will be coming to you January the 25th, so keep your eyes open for that one. Speaking of complexion products, Jeffree Star has been teasing his concealer and powder launch, but it looks like we're going to have to wait until February for those products to come to market. Something new he has recently teased out has been his Blood Sugar Part 2 palette. Now, I will say that in the tweet where he discussed this particular palette, sneak peek creation, he did use a blue heart, so it makes me wonder if we're going to be looking at a blue-themed Blood Sugar Part 2. Now, even though he's calling it Blood Sugar Part 2, he also states that the name and the color layout will be announced coming soon, so I'm sure it's not going to be called the Blood Sugar Part 2, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but eyes open, heads up, it should be coming our way shortly. And Beauty Blender has announced the release of its Reset and Refresh Glow Spray. This is currently available. It's just been recently released to market. You can find it anywhere Beauty Blender products are sold. Now, this claims to be a mist that illuminates and sets and hydrates the skin. Now, you can get the individual full size for $30, or you can get the Flawless Face Set. Now, the set itself retails for $35, and inside the set, not only do you get a mini of the Redo Set and Refresh spray, but you also get the original Beauty Blender. In addition to that, you also get the Pocket Powder Puff, which has become one of my favorite products, and the whole set retails for $35. I think that's probably going to be the way that I go. One recent launch that sold out in minutes and was kind of a shock to everybody was a collaboration between YouTuber Casey Holmes and Physicians Formula. The collaboration is called the Butter Collection, and Casey Holmes has curated this palette in collaboration with Physicians Formula. Inside this palette are a couple of Casey Holmes' favorite existing Physicians Formula products, but in addition to that, they've also created a couple of new formulas for Casey's fans that she thinks they will like. So inside this palette includes a butter bronzer in Deep Bronzer. In addition to that, you also have a butter blush in Copper Cabana, as well as the brand new and limited edition eyeshadow shades in Do Not Disturb, No Filter, Trop It Like It's Hot, and Pom Poms. So those 4 shades will be included in this palette as well as a highlighter. And the butter highlighter is in Just Beachy. Now it also comes with 2 removable products, a limited edition butter lip smoothing balm in the shade Pop the Bubbly. In addition to that, there is a butter perfume in here that smells basically just like all of the butter powders in the collection smell. So if you really like the way your butter bronzer smells, they've bottled it and put it into a perfume for you. Now, all of these products are available inside of this Physicians Formula palette in collaboration with Casey Holmes, and it's all retailing for $20. Now, Physicians Formula did react to the sellout in minutes by saying they appreciate everyone's support and they are working to put the restock up as soon as possible, but never fear, it is coming to Ulta.com very soon. So if you are looking to get your hands on this collaboration, you might want to keep your eye on Ulta. Coming up from Urban Decay is the much controversial and anticipated Naked Reloaded palette. Promises to hit shelves in early 2019. Now, the thing that makes this palette a little bit different is that it also includes 3 different pan sizes. So they appear to be larger on the outside, and then a little smaller, and then a little smaller. So the more inwards you go into the palette, the pan sizes get a little bit smaller. Now, the word on the street is, since they discontinued the original Naked palette and the Smoky palette, that they've pretty much smushed the 2 together and come out with this Naked Reloaded palette. Now, a lot of people are calling this the Sultry Part 2 palette and look pretty disinterested. However, for a public that says they're disinterested, there are a lot of people watching the launch date on this one. So keep your eyes open from Urban Decay. The Naked Reloaded should be coming out soon. Speaking of Urban Decay, they are coming out with an entire line of brow products. Now, this is going to hit the shelves on January the 15th. Now, these brow products include quite a few things. The first thing is the Brow Blade. Now, this is going to retail for $20 a piece. On one side of the Brow Blade, you have an ultra-fine brow pencil, and on the other side, you have a felt tip ink that is for, kind of inking in those individual hairs in the brow. So this double-sided brow blade is the first part of the collection, and it also comes in 7 shades, and again, it's going to retail for $20. They also have the Double Down Brow Putty, which is supposed to basically be like a brow pomade that's supposed to be waterproof and transfer resistant. They also say this is a buildable formula that will give you won't budge brows. You also have what they are calling the Brow Finish, which from all appearances looks like a pretty neutral shade of like a brow gel. So you can either use the spoolie just to give your brows some shape, or really kind of dunk the spoolie in there and really get it in there and use it kind of like a hairspray or setting gel for the brows. Then you have a product called Brow Endowed, and from what I can gather from this particular product, they actually have a brow primer, which is supposed to give some extra oomph to your brow hairs, and then once you put on the brow primer, you follow it with like a colorant, like a really tinted brow gel that's on the other end of this device, and you run that through with a spoolie to give your eyebrows kind of a natural finish with extra fill-in to give you some more volume to your brows. This entire brow collection will be available at Urban Decay Cosmetics online January the 15th, and it looks like we're going to be seeing it online at other retailers and in stores sometime around February or March. And Lime Crime is announcing a brand new palette, and it is called the Venus Part 2. Now, the original Venus XL palette was a very popular palette, so a lot of people were really excited to see the layout. And then the reaction was kind of mixed. Some people were a little underwhelmed. Some people were really excited. But the Venus XL Part 2 will be available online January the 9th. It also comes with 4 brand new cherry lip glosses. It looks like that the palette itself includes 18 shades with 4 different finishes included in the palette. And again, this is going to be available on January the 9th on Lime Crime's website. And Dior has revamped their Forever Foundation. Now, the original Dior Forever Foundation made it into my 2018 favorites, just in time for the formula to be revamped for 2019. Now, the original Dior Forever formula has been revamped, and it is called the Dior Forever. It is in different packaging, and the formula has been revamped as well. Now, Dior is saying that this new version of the Dior Forever Foundation is a formula that takes 24-hour complexion perfection to the next level. They say that this formula is going to make your complexion appear to be flawless and includes tightening your pores. I don't know exactly how that works, but it claims it's going to tighten your pores. They also say that this fluid foundation is going to instantly improve the appearance of your skin. It's also going to improve the appearance of your skin in a cumulative effect as well, as in day after day, because of the skincare ingredients that are included in this particular formula. They do say that they have some meticulously selected ingredients in this formula as well, and that this one is a velvety matte finish. Now, something that is different about the Dior Forever Foundation is that they also have this available in a radiant version. Now, again, they are saying that this is the same iconic Forever Foundation base formula, that it's going to offer the same qualities as far as evening the skin tone, tightening of the pores, that it is a 24-hour finish foundation. However, this one is going to give you a radiant finish. They say that this is going to give you the appearance of your skin being plumped and tightened at the same time. They also claim that this formula has struck the perfect water to oil balance, giving you a natural glow and not a shiny, oily look. They also say this is going to protect your skin from UVA and UVB rays with an SPF of 35. This particular formula includes pansy extract, which is supposed to keep the skin from feeling drying and constantly hydrating the skin while you wear it. In addition to rosehip extract, which has been a staple of the Dior Forever Foundation for years. They are also claiming that both of these finishes of the Dior Forever Foundation adapts to every skin tone, and they're offering it in 31 shades. It's also retailing for $52 at the Dior website. Next up, we're going to talk about some products that came out by Milani. For those of you that weren't keeping up with Milani Cosmetics, they did 12 days announcing 12 brand new products, and we're going to give you guys the rundown of those as quickly as I can, just to wrap things up here. So initially, they came out with the Soft Focus Glow Complexion Enhancer. Now, this is supposed to be a 3-in-1 skincare luminizer that is supposed to brighten and revive the skin. It's basically a radiant primer shimmer that you put on underneath your foundation. It's available in 3 different shades, and it's going to retail for $10.99. Next up was the Luminoso Glow Shimmering Palette. This was a highlighter palette that was in this burst kind of design, and it has a lot of shimmer in there. It looks like one side has some warmer tones, the other side has some cooler pinky tones in it, but regardless, this is one shimmering highlighter palette. And this palette is retailing for $17.99. Then they had the strobe light tubes, which is basically small tubes of highlighter that you can add to your foundation or use to spot highlight on the face. This came in 6 different shades and retails for $9.99. Next up, we had the Silky Matte Bronzer. Now, this is supposed to be a very silky matte bronzer that comes in 4 different shades. It's also infused with argan oil. Now, the bronzer claims to be hydrating and anti-aging because of that, and again, it comes in 4 different shades. Next up, they have the new Stay Put Brow Gel, and it's just what it says. It's a Stay Put Brow Gel that's supposed to hold your brows in shape all day without smudging. Water-resistant lightweight formula, comes in 5 shades. Then we had the brand new Stay Put Brow Pencil. Now, this is a gel pencil that claims it's going to give you, again, water-resistant and transfer-proof brows. These come in 5 different shades, is 100% vegan, and retails for $8.99 a piece. Then we roll into lip products. They have your basic standard matte lipstick that comes in regular tubes. It's available in 17 shades. Supposed to be a comfortable long-wearing formula, retailing for $6.99. Next up, you have the Amore Satin Matte Liquid Lipstick. Now, this is a buttery soft suede-like finish that's hydrated with shea butter to keep your lips hydrated. This comes in 12 shades and retails for $8.99 a piece. And then they added 7 brand new colors to their lip plumper. So now the lip plumper has been expanded to include 7 brand new shades. And last but not least is 3 different kinds of mascara. The first one is called the Most Wanted. This mascara curls, thickens, and lifts lashes with its unique wand. Next up is Dangerous Lengths, which is a mascara that delivers length and instant deposit of product with definition, separation, lift, and curl. And last but not least, we have the highly rated mascara, which is claiming to build, lift, and dramatize for extra volume in a single stroke for a very luxurious finish, is what it says in the PR. So they have those 3 new mascaras as well. So Milani is really coming out the gate with a whole lot of products, including that concealer that we discussed earlier. All of these products should be available online at Milani Cosmetics. Some of them are going to be online at Milani Cosmetics exclusive only, and then others will be in retail outlets, including online at Ulta.com. Alright guys, that is where we're going to end it, even though there are a lot of other products that are coming to look forward to in the year 2019. I could probably sit here and go on for another hour going over all these products, but these are the ones that are coming up in the most recent future. So probably within the first 3 months of 2019. Let me know what you guys think about these products. Are there anything in the rundown that we discussed today that you can't wait to get your hands on? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you saw anything that you'd like to see reviewed on this channel. And as always, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at Erica Approved. If you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out the door. And I hope everybody is having a great start to 2019. I hope you all are very happy, you're very healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.